Hi, welcome back to Mysteries Channel. So, I'm going to do something different today. First, I'm going to say thank you. Thank you so much for clicking on my video. I swear to you, I really mean it. Help a girl out. I'm a brand new channel, so if you could hit that subscription button, leave some comments. Tell me. I want to know. Do you think I'm totally crazy? Do I have weird theories? I say some off-the-cuff stuff? Pick a fight with me. I don't care. I just want to know, what do you really think about the stuff I'm saying? Do you think there's better stuff I could be talking about? What do you think the problems are that we face right now? What do you think is interesting that we just completely overlook? Let me know. All right, so today I'm going to do a video on someone I'm kind of obsessed with. A lot of people are, but there's still a crazy amount of people that don't really know very much about him at all. I'm going to give you a little example. I have a second grader, and my son is also pretty obsessed with this guy. So he went to the library, and he said to the librarian, you know, I want to get a book about Nikola Tesla. And you are never going to believe what the librarian said to him. She was like, oh, about the cars. And he was like, no, Nikola Tesla. And she was like, Elon Musk. And he was like, no, not the cars. He knows the cars. He was like, no, not the cars. The inventor. She's like, yes, Elon Musk is the inventor of Tesla. And he was just like, no, nope, never mind. That was the librarian. Went back to his teacher and told his teacher, like, I wanted to get a book about Nikola Tesla, but she didn't know what it was. And the teacher was like, the cars. And no, she did not even know who he was at all. It blows my, sorry, dust around here. It blows my damn mind. The greatest mind of our time, possibly, maybe even of all time. But, you know, that's getting crazy. I'm just a little obsessed. But really, a genius who has shaped 100% the way we live our lives in the world that we live right now. And teachers at my kids' school have no idea who this guy is. They're confusing him with that douchebag that uses his name but gives him no credit. Why? So, let's talk about Nikola Tesla. Now, I'm going to do plenty of videos on him over time because, well, you can make a channel about Tesla alone. In fact, is there one? I should check and make sure because I should just start watching that all the time. He is fascinating beyond compare on so many different levels. What I love about Tesla is a couple of things. He's maybe the very first person in recent history that I saw as someone who was totally cool with being himself. He's different. He's got some quirks about him. He gives no shits. He just gets to work and get things done. You know, you don't like him, that's fine. But he wasn't going to be super affected by it. Like, he was like, I have way bigger and better things rolling around in my brain to worry about if you like the way I wear my cummerbund or whatever they wore back then. Who knows? But honestly, he was ahead of his time in so many ways, and that's one of them. A way that doesn't really get talked about, gets overlooked. He was an extremely loyal person. In fact, there's this great story about him. We'll just do this 1 year just to give you the scope of the kind of a guy he was. I mean, this shit's amazing. The year is 1893, and the World's Fair is still a really big deal and still happens. So, everybody knows the fight between Tesla and Edison. Tesla really wanted to work for Edison because he knew that he was pioneering fields in electricity that were, he wanted to work with the guy that's doing it all. And he does. He sets himself up. He goes to the right schools. He makes the right decisions. He works for the right companies so he can go work General Electric. Now, I'm not going to go through the whole feud. There's like probably a million videos on it, but they kind of get into a feud. I wouldn't even say it's a feud. I really want to say that Edison was butthurt. He wanted Tesla to improve his invention, but Tesla made something better. And it really ticked him off. It really made him mad, and it started this competition between them. I don't even know that Tesla was really 100% aware of the competition. His mind just worked the way it worked. He wanted to solve problems. He could see things and he was going to make it. That's just the way he was. And Edison was just like, F you. I'm going to tear you down so that nobody ever trusts a damn thing you do. And he did. He went out on the smear campaign about alternating current and how, he was killing people, just, doing his douchebaggery. So the World Fair comes and they are both vying to be the ones that power this World's Fair. Tesla is no longer with General Electric and Edison. But who is paying attention to him is Westinghouse. All these companies that are still around, kind of crazy, right? So Westinghouse pays attention to him. And at the World's Fair, it's fairly obvious that, yes, indeed, alternating current is the current that we will all end up using. They use it at the World's Fair. And Tesla does these amazing little shows where he shows people that, no, his product is safe and it's not going to kill people and everything else. So that's 1893. Same thing happens in 1893. Tesla also invents the fluorescent light bulb. So he invented the fluorescent light bulb in 1893 along with alternating current. And then he had this amazing idea, like, let's bend the light bulbs into the shapes of names, and came up with neon signs. Very first time this is played out, and he made the names of many scientists. And, it was an amazing feat, and everybody was completely and utterly wowed by it. And Edison is furious, and his backer, J.P. Morgan, is also pretty darn pissed off. See, J.P. Morgan didn't care what kind of electricity the world used as long as he had control of it. That video about psychopaths, that guy was one of them. Anyway, so it's 1893, alternating current, fluorescent light bulbs, neon signs, and then Westinghouse, after they won the bid with the Niagara Commission, is commissioned to come up with a way to generate power from Niagara Falls. Who do they go to? That's right, they go to their guy Tesla, because the man's a damn genius and everybody knows it. And Tesla already had ideas about this for a very long time in his head. As a child, I digress. 1893, stick to the point. So 1893, he then comes up with a hydroelectric power dam in his brain. He sees every single part of it. He can see where the nuts and bolts, the screws go. He knows exactly how this thing needs to go down, and he pulls it off. Builds the very first hydroelectric power plant, the one at Niagara Falls. So what happens? J.P. Morgan is fuming at this point. His patents that he owned with Edison are basically worth nothing. Tesla's showboating around creating electric power plants, and Tesla was very vocal about wanting to give free energy to the world, and well, Morgan was having none of that. So what does he do? He doesn't attack Tesla this time because it didn't work out so well last time. Tesla still won, even though I don't even think he was trying. He attacks Westinghouse and completely obliterates their stock. They're on the verge of claiming bankruptcy. Like, he took them down all the way to the ground, and he was stomping on them and ready to set them on fire when Tesla was like, you know what? You believed in me when everybody else kind of didn't. So because you gave me a chance, I was able to build my lab when nobody else would. I'm going to give you your chance back too. You're in this situation because I made them mad. All the royalties you owe me, which was over $1 million. I don't know what $1 million looks like in 1893, but it's a hell of a lot of money. He tears them all up, allowing them to secure their company and not go bankrupt because of that POS Morgan. So, here's to Tesla for being quirky, cool with himself, super loyal, and a damn genius. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you like, please share, subscribe, leave a comment, tell me what you think. Are you obsessed too? Well, you should be.